even change.
Okay, we are officially recording.
Okay, so we have an attendee who's on the phone, and we don't have a way of writing their name, even on
the chat. We could do it. Just tell her to give us her name and write the phone.
Okay, who are you? Who just joined?
Giselle Moses.
Okay, Giselle, wonderful. So meanwhile, we're waiting for more people. Where are you calling from, Giselle?
Brooklyn, New York.
Very nice. So you can't see, you're not on any screen. So right now we have.
Okay, let me call back on Zoom, okay?
Oh, amazing. Thank you, Giselle.
Okay, great.
No problem. Bye-bye.
I have to see. I'm just going to plug my phone. So,
yeah.
So firstly, welcome. And my name is Atara Searle, and that's the only thing I know for sure. And we started this initiative as women whose husbands are part of MDY. Rochelle, what does MDY stand for?
America's Daf Yomi.
Which is run by Rabbi Stefanski in Ramat Beit Shemesh. And our husbands, if we're in America, are viewing the shir on recorded at 7 o'clock, starting at 7 o'clock in the morning. And while they're having their siyum in Bell Works, we are going to work here at our stations in our home. And we're going to try to make shidduchim, and so that we can populate the Jewish community and bring happiness to everybody, to the entire families. A little bit, I do want to start with saying, good evening, Nashim Satkanios. And instead of that loud, I want to say, good evening, Nashim Satkanios, that we should be at calm, and we should know and be tachon that HaKadosh Baruch Hu takes care of everything, that shidduchim are in His hands, and we are doing our ishtadlus. So it is an moment when we do this, and we should have bitachon, and do it with a smile and with a easy, calm heart for everybody. And second note is that this initiative through the wives of MDY learners is also in conjunction with L'Chaim Shidduch societies. I think it's called L'Chaim Shidduch organization, right, Esti?
Yes.
Okay, so Esti Fried, who is highlighted now because she spoke on the screen, made the connection between MDY and us here. When the idea first came up to do shidduchim while the men are learning, I contacted Esti Fried, who I knew from before, and she introduced me to L'Chaim Shidduch organization. There I spoke to Beverly Gross, who runs the organization, and she connected me with Rochelle Mensch, who gave me pointers. But my most key point person is Esti Fried. Esti Fried runs her own Shidduch initiative and has made Shidduchim, and is just a phenomenal person to speak to. And after I got information through the L'Chaim, I met Rochelle Rothman, who is a wife of a MDY participant. And Rochelle is something special in terms of she took the idea and mamish ran with it in her seat. Did everything on the computer so quickly, and you'll hear Rochelle. I won't talk so much, but you'll hear Rochelle, and you'll hear the enthusiasm that she has. Esti, can you tell us a little bit more about the L'Chaim Shidduch Committee organization?
Okay, I have a lot of hakaras to L'Chaim Shidduch organization. Really, it's Beverly Gross has been behind this. She's a tzaddikas. The amount of shidduchim that have been made from L'Chaim, you cannot count, because it's been going on for many years. I've been attending meetings for over 10 years, but I think it was going on for several years before that. They started out in Muncie. They do twice a year, once I think in Shvat, and they do on the first week of Av. So starting from Rosh Chodesh Av, for the week of Av, they have several meetings in person at different locations in Muncie, for different types, meaning different age groups and different hashkafa levels. So there's several different meetings that you can go to. Now, during COVID, they started doing Zoom meetings as well. And I think those Zoom meetings are still taking place today. They will be in Av. So, you can attend those meetings anywhere, from anywhere. So if you'd like more information about that, they have a host of a large list of shadchanim, who are very involved to facilitate as well. And they have a database of singles. It's www.l'chaim shidduch, LCHAIM.com, and it's l'chaimshidduch@gmail.com if you want to email them. And there is a phone number if you need to contact someone by phone. It's 845-352-0373. I know myself, I was at a meeting over 10 years ago for learning only, and I presented my brother, and there was a special lady from Muncie there. I don't know if you know her, Lali Hutman, and she makes a lot of shidduchim. And she heard what I said, and she contacted me, and we got started, and we, Baruch Hashem, made my brother shidduch. And there's so many stories like that.
Yeah, that's great.
So so in other words, after tonight, we're all actually encouraged to continue with the l'chaim during Chodesh Av, right?
Yeah, if you'd
Right.
like, yes.
Okay.
Vivian just came on. Hi, Vivian.
Hi.
Hi, welcome. On the bottom of the screen, there should be a place where it says participants. If you click that, you'll see your name on the right. See it? See it? If you see your name on the list, go all the way to the right of your name and just press on the camera. It should say the word more. And then when you click that, it should say rename. At that point, put in after your name, your phone number, then your email, please. Hope you heard me. I don't see it yet. Okay, continue. Atara.
Me?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, fine. So we'll get back to that. Okay, so I'm just going to take care of some. Okay, so wait a minute. So being that we are in conjunction with L'chaim, L'chaim has suggested that we do Tehillim, that I'd like to do now, which is amazing, because this is what we really believe in, that Hashkadosh Baruch Hu is the one that runs the world and runs Shidduchim. So if anybody knows Perek Chaf, does anybody want to lead the Tehillim? Anybody is adept to doing it?
You're elected.
I'm elected. All right. So, okay. So I'm going to read it and we say it together. I'm not going to read and then you answer. We're going to read it together. Okay. Lamnatzeach mizmor leDavid. I'm doing Chaf. Lamnatzeach mizmor leDavid. Ya'ancha Adonai b'yom tzara. Yishagevcha Shem Elahei Yaakov. Yishlach ezracha mikodesh umitzion yisodecha. Yizkor kol michotecha ve'olotcha yadash v'kol atzotcha yimale. Nirana v'yishuatecha yimale Adonai kol mish'alotecha ata yadati ki ushir Adonai mishicho yanehu mishmei kashol v'gvura yamino. Eila b'rechev ve'ela b'susim v'anachnu b'shem Adonai Eloheinu naskir. Hema koru v'nafkalu v'anachnu kamnu b'nishmadot Adonai Hashiach HaMelech Yaneinu b'yom Koreinu. There's one more parak. It was recommended to say Kuf Beis, which is 120. Shir Amalot El Adonai B'tzarata Li Karati Vaya'aneni. Adonai Hatzila Nafshi Mishpat Sheker. B'lashon Remiya. מה ייתן לך,
לך, ומה יוסיף לך, השמיניה, הם כחלי, לילי ככה למשך, שכחתי, גם כחלי חדר, רבת, תכנבה, שהיא שונה שלום, אני שלום,
אם שונא שלום, אני שלום וכי אדבר והמה למלחמה. And we're supposed to culminate with Achenu. So here we are. Achenu kol beis Yisrael hanasunim b'tzara b'shivya haomdim ben bayam uben bayabasha hamakom yirachem aleihem v'yotzi'em mitzara urvacha hama'afela le'ora u'mishi'ibud le'gula hashta ba'gala u'bizman kariv ve'imru amen. Okay, so in this Hashem, in the schus of Tehillim and our husbands learning, it should work. I'm just going to go through some technicalities, all right? And then the exciting part, Rochelle will take care of. So we renamed. We're going to mute everyone. It should mute yourselves unless you're talking. Then they recommended that as you speak, if you know how to go to the chat and write your name, even though you have it on the screen, but write your name and your phone number and your email if you can. If not, I'll do it for you. That's when you speak. This way people know who's speaking. All right. Now, everybody's encouraged to present. You know, it's appreciated when you listen, but the encouragement is to present and to hear the enthusiasm that you have about the person that you're presenting. And this way, it will delineate and it'll be specifically sent, and somebody else will come up with somebody that they're thinking about and they're going to present. And you'd be surprised how many extra matches are made then. Now, we nicknamed our meeting a BOGO meeting. You get, for those of you who present one boy, you can then also present two girls. And when you're presenting a boy, you are bumped up in your presentation order. Okay, so we have a BOGO meeting. One boy for two girls. Two girls are on the coattails of one boy. Okay, and
we don't do names, only no initials.
For sure. That's in your explanation, Rochelle, right?
Yeah.
Then if you're on a phone and you need to read the resume from your phone, kol hakavod, we're patient. Don't worry about it. It's all good. And we have the Chodesh Av. Oh, then also, from their experience, they told me that it's important that you speak slowly because people can't write as fast as we speak. Okay, so we speak fast, but we need to write clearly.
So have a pen and paper handy.
Right, and then please feel free to contact as many of the presenters as you need to afterwards. Now, there's documents. Okay, and we did the Photoshop. Now, we have a bonus. All right. At the end of our meeting, everybody stick around. Rochelle has this amazing story. Rochelle Rothman is a walking Rabbi Pesach Chromebook in her life. Baruch Hashem, all positive. And she's got amazing stories. I can sit and listen to her for hours. So please, it's worth it. Hang around and listen to this one of those very special stories.
Are you telling us we have to sit and listen for hours or just minutes? I need to know.
No, one story.
Okay. I was just kidding, Rochelle.
Yes.
One story that has to do with the daf.
Okay, so I was just reading what somebody wrote. Okay, so Rochelle Rothman, if you can just tilt your screen a little bit downwards, beautiful. And just see yourself the way you want to see yourself.
Okay, I'm fine.
Okay, it's all yours. The floor is yours.
Okay. Hi, everybody. one of the things that we need to make sure, one second, let me just get the view. Speaker view. I don't see me, I only see you.
So you need to go to gallery.
They need to go to gallery, okay. Okay, all
God
right,
bless you.
all right, I'm there. Okay, what we're doing is whoever's going to be presenting, these are the things you want to be able to say. You're going to say, of course, if it's a female or a male. If it's a male, is he a Kohen? His age, his height, his city of residence, and is he open to moving? Okay. And if there's anything outstanding about his looks, not that he has blue eyes, but if he, something else outstanding, and his marital status. In other words, never married, widowed, and it says here, if so, number of times. Divorced, it says here also, number of times. And if children are involved, number of children, and who has custody. That's as far as his personal issues. Religious background, FFB means from birth. BT Baal Tshuva, and if so, for how long? A Ger Tzedek, if so, how long? Ashkenazi or Sephardi. And then the current religious orientation. Yeshivish means learning only. Yeshivish secular means learning and working, college and Kovea Itim. Okay. Hasidish, modern Orthodox, and then schooling, if there's any schooling, and then profession, if they're in a specific profession, and then personality, which includes hobbies and pastimes, and then family background, miscellaneous information, just to make the single come alive, because it shouldn't, like, everyone sounds the same. If it's a female, will she cover her hair or not? And the last is, would the single consider marrying a Baal Tshuva, a widower, or someone with children? And that's basically what you're going to be doing. You're not going to be saying the name of the person or their initials. What's going to be is that if somebody feels that this particular person who is being presented is somebody that you want to match with someone you have in mind, you'll write down the presenter's phone number and email and contact her after we're through. And then you will exchange the resumes and they can see all the personal stuff, all the real personal stuff. This way, everyone's covered, it's SNEIS, and we don't have to worry about names being thrown around. I think this is a wonderful way to do it, don't you? Now, I have to tell you, this whole business came about because our husbands have been learning the daf and have been literally addicted to Rav Eli Stefanski. And all the things that have happened through him, which I'll tell you later, became an amazing tool for our husbands to have an excitement about their life. I mean, not that they're not excited living with us, but the fact is that they have something to look forward to every day. Besides the daf, he brings it alive. And I can't tell you, I've never learned so much Gemara in my life, because my husband's always showing me something from the daf. He's always showing me a story he said, or pictures, and I learned a lot of things that I never thought I would learn. But we are going to be reaping the benefits of our husband's learning tonight. Because of all the excitement of the Siyum and all the learning that's going to be done tonight with tremendous enthusiasm, because he's there in person and they're going crazy over it. There's about 1,200 men there now. And they are going to be finishing Yavamas, doing the Siyum, and then starting the next Gemara. And of course, they're having entertainment, dancing, and all the other stuff. So what happens to Hashem when he hears and sees all this going on down below? He is getting such a nachas from all these men learning from the heart that we, the wives and the women of MDY, that we're going to be reaping the benefits of their learning. So Hashem is going to say, wow, all that's coming up, let's bring some shidduchim. Let's mekuyim a bunch of shidduchim from this night. So that's why we're here tonight. We want to be able to bring about a lot of shidduchim, all because of this event and the whole time they've been learning. So I'm very excited about that. So we're going to start, and I have the first one.
Is that
I'd like
live?
to present.
Huh?
Okay. We see Yossi's iPhone. Whoever has Yossi's iPhone, please, on the right, where it's on the bottom where it says participants, click it and then go to the right of your name, all the way to the right. Click the camera that's there and it says more. At that point, you would rename and put in your name and then your phone number and your email. That goes for anybody that didn't do it yet. Vivian and Jenna, please.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
Got it? Okay. Now I'm going to start with a young man. He is 26. He's 5'10", and he in general, he's very kind, sincere, brought up in a house of chesed and achnasas orchem. And because of the way his household has been, and his mother is a very busy person, he knows how to cook very well, which is a big plus. His Rosh Hashiva has beautiful praises on him. He wants a girl with good midos, someone who can grow with and is chilled. He, Mitzvah Hashem, wants to start off living in Israel for about a year, and afterwards he would discuss it with her where they would go next. He lives in Muncie. That's where he lives right now, and he has several siblings beneath him and also a married sister. And education-wise, he has high school and 4 years of base medrash. But he also has in his back pocket a degree. That's the first one. Okay? Okay. Now for...
And they should contact you if they want information.
Right. If you want to pursue him or give me information about a girl who you think might be good for him. I happen to know him personally. I know him since he's born, and he is amazing. That's all I could say. Next is a young lady, who is from Flatbush. She is a little bit older. She's 31, comes from an amazing family. I will read you what she wrote. She wrote, "I love my family, books, dancing in the kitchen with my nieces and nephews, and Pandora's comedy channel. I am chatty with friends and family and quiet and focused when involved in a project or a book. I'm organized, laid back, which means low maintenance. I have not so secret passions for spreadsheets and good writing, both of which I get to utilize daily at my job. I work as a social worker and administrator in a high school for teenagers with social and academic challenges. In my spare time, I tutor, hang out with friends, read, and explore New York through parks, walking, and museums. What I'm looking for, a guy who is kind-hearted, laid back, patient, bright, and mature, who davens daily and has a consistent learning schedule, and who is working. Specific job, career is less important than personality and interest in spiritual growth." I happen to know her also personally. If you have any interest or think you have an idea for her, please contact me. Okay? All right?
All right.
All right. Now I have another one. Let me just do this 1 minute.
So you like what they
All right,
said?
we have another young lady who lives in Brooklyn also. She is 5'5". She is 29. She is looking for Ben Torah, well, let me tell you about her first. She is the youngest of her siblings who are all married. She has lots of nieces and nephews. She is a highly trained accountant, CPA, and very much loved in her family. I mean, she's very active, very lady-dick. She's looking for a Ben Torah that happens to be working because he finished his year in Israel. He needs to be a polished Balmidos that strongly Kovea Itim. She dresses well. She presents well. She happens to be a pretty girl, I think. So that's my third. All right, that was the boy and two girls. So if you have any interest or think you know of somebody that might be good for her, contact me. Now we're going to go to, who will go next? Aliza?
Who has a boy?
Who has a boy? I think Rochelle, you have boys, right? Okay, let Rochelle go. I know she has. Rochelle, you're on mute. Unmute yourself.
Okay, so first of all, I'm going to tell you that I'm from Miami. So the people I know are from Miami. Okay, so looking at the area codes, most people here look like they're New Yorkers. Or
before you say anything, I want to tell you that my son-in-law's sister just got married here in Brooklyn to a boy from Miami, and he happens to be learning here, and they settled in Far Rockaway. So don't think because the boy is from Miami, they're going to end up in Miami. They may not, because it didn't in this case. Okay.
Okay. So the first boy I have is 23. He's 22, 23. He's very good looking. He works and learns. He learns every day with his father. I'm pretty sure they're Ashkenaz. He's a good looking boy. He's like 5'7", thin. He works in real estate here and Lakewood, and he lives here. And I think he wants to live here. I don't think he wants to live in Lakewood. But he's more than happy to date in Lakewood or New York, if it works out. And wait, did I cover all the topics you said? Religious. He's from birth. His parents lived here a few years. They got tired of New York. There are a bunch of New York transplants in Florida right now. They're a little bit before the COVID transplants. So they're very nice family, very firm family, and definitely happy to have them in the community. That's the first boy. I have another boy who's a very good friend, totally different place. He's from LA. He's 28. He is a PhD in physical therapy from University of Miami. He does work and learn. He's not so tall. He's like I think 5'6", 5'7". He's a very nice person. He wants someone who covers their hair, but not somebody who's closed-minded. Like he might go to a sports game. I'm pretty sure he has a smartphone. He definitely keeps Shabbos. I know him personally. He's eaten over our house for Shabbos numerous times, and he's a really, really nice person. He's looking for someone who is pretty. So just that I know. That's two. Okay, my third, I have another boy, a little bit out of the box. Now we're going to modern Orthodox.
I'm sorry, can I interrupt for 1 second? The first boy, I'm not clear on what he's looking for. I don't think you mentioned, I'm just curious, the 23-year-old that you presented, if you don't mind.
The 23-year-old is looking for a girl who's extremely pretty, who's very committed to Yiddishkeit, who's definitely is sneeze, but is sneeze in a cool way. Somebody who's with it, which I don't know how to explain that better than that. Somebody who's with, who's like, no, who's worldly, not somebody who's, someone who's worldly. I don't know, is that helpful? Someone who covers their hair.
Yes. And how tall is he, if you don't mind? I'm sorry, you mentioned.
I think he's like 5'8".
Okay. All right, thank you.
Okay, so the third boy I have is very tall, 6'2", big guy, modern Orthodox, which means he keeps Shabbos and kashrus, and that's about it. I don't think he goes to minyan every day. He's a really, really nice boy. All these boys I know, they're not like just names on a piece of paper. Like I personally know them. So his father, the father of this boy is a general practitioner and doctor. This boy is a vet. He didn't officially finish vet school. He's in the middle.
He's a vet. What do you mean? Oh, he's a veterinarian.
A veterinarian, yes. He absolutely loves animals. Like his whole life is animals. He is so excited about animals. At his bar mitzvah, he had a cake that was all different animals.
You know,
How
David
old is
Melech
he?
was also into animals.
Okay,
How
So
old is he? How old
How
is
old
he?
he's 25. He's on the shyish side. He's like the, a brainy kind of person. But he's a very nice person. He loves Disney. Well, you have to understand in Miami, Disney's a big thing. So he loves going to Disney, which is 3 hours from here in Orlando. And he's very simple. He doesn't have a lot of shtick. He's very simple. He lives at home. He went to Rutgers. He graduated Rutgers. He went to Posnack, which is kind of like a modern Orthodox kind of education. Like as left, you could go modern Orthodox, like just to give you an idea where they're at. He doesn't want a wife. He doesn't care if his wife covers her hair or not, but his mother does not cover her hair. So it's not, so that's where he's at. That's where he's at.
Okay, good.
I have one other boy I'd like to mention. Well, actually I have two, but one other
Well,
is,
maybe you'll do it. Listen, well, let's,
okay, fine, I'll
maybe
go.
you'll do it the next round. We're
Okay,
gonna go
fine,
around.
fine,
Okay?
fine.
Okay, Giselle, you have someone? You have boys?
Yeah, I do not have a boy.
Anyone
No,
else have boys?
I'm not even sure if I have a girl right now because she's busy, Baruch Hashem. But I just wanted some ideas because I have a friend with 6 daughters who's looking for shidduchim, so I was trying to get a feel for it. But I don't even have their information in front of me right now.
Okay, no problem. Okay. Who
I
has,
have a boy.
who has?
Aliza.
Okay, Aliza, go. You're on.
Okay. Okay, so I'm just
Aliza, just a second. SI, we just want to welcome you to the meeting. Sai.
SL, hi.
oh SI. Okay.
SL.
I thought you were talking to me.
SL.
Okay. Somebody just sent me an email with his with this boy's so I'm just trying to get it up. Okay, I got it. Okay. So this boy that I have is I would call him I'll you know what, I'm gonna say what I have about him. He grew up in Brooklyn. He's 34. He's 5'10". He grew up in a very warm, you know, open home. He is a growing and spiritual. I'm reading from my phone, so that's why I'm looking down.
That's great.
Okay, he's growing and spiritual. He needs a modern Orthodox growing girl with a softer personality. He very much is a growing boy. He actually and hold on, I have to go back to my next page. He actually grew up in Flatbush. He attended Yeshiva Chai in Berlin, but he ended up going to Yeshiva Rockaway, and then he lived in Los Angeles and became very involved in Aish. He works in managing properties, and he's very, very growth oriented, like I said. He has a chavrusa, he learns with a chavrusa on Shabbos and with his Rav. And he also sets time for learning whenever he can. The main thing about him is that he has a lave tone, and he's very caring and very close with his parents and siblings. he has like he's very close with his his grandparents, and actually and he one second, he has a great sense of humor. He's very positive. He has a very positive outlook on life. So this is what he's looking for. He needs he wants to create a warm and loving home, full of like hachnasas archem. So he's looking for a girl with really nice midos, kind, who also will continually grow in her Yiddishkeit, so they can grow together and reach greater heights. So this is basically, he's from birth. What did I miss? Tell me what I missed, because I wasn't like listening the whole time. He's never married. Not a Kohen.
He's
How tall is he?
He's 5'10", and he's 34.
okay.
And I do have another boy, but before I present that boy, could I present a girl?
Yeah, sure.
Yes.
Go right ahead.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so I have a girl, she's 33. Basically, she's the same front type that she was, when she was 19. Like, she's a regular Beis Yaakov type girl. She obviously is looking for somebody now who is a Ben Torah, but would have, let's say, been sitting and learning for X amount of years, and then went to school and got a job like that. That's the type, like, I guess that's the type, but he is like, you would say, I wouldn't call it yeshivish secular, because she's not really secular at all. Like, she's much more yeshivish than secular. So I would say yeshivish working, and she is, am I allowed to say where they're from, or I'm not allowed to?
Yeah, you could say where they're from.
Yeah, I'm saying she's not from New York. Let's just say it like that. So she has a very
Out of
town, laid back, outlook on life. Not in a bad way. It's just, she's just, but she has the most impeccable midos. Like, every time I see her, I'm like, why isn't this girl not married? Obviously, Hashem makes all the shidduchim, so it's not. But she is, and she's very pretty. She looks much younger than she is. I mean, she doesn't look. She's 33. She could definitely pass for 25. She's about 5'3". She's blonde, blue eyes. She dresses very nicely. She's very involved. She became very involved, like, in helping singles, like, have what to do with their time. Like, she was very involved in Malot. That sort of gives away where she lives, but okay. And she started organizing Shabbatonim and different things, so that singles had to have an outlet. Girls have an outlet to where they
Actually, I mean, you have rules about this. I think it's very important to know where the person lives. You're not giving that much information.
I know, exactly.
Cross country, nobody wants, it may not work at all.
Exactly.
Where the person lives is not too much information.
But what I'm trying to say is, in the little time that I have, is that she's really like a regular Beis Yaakov. She's a regular Beis Yaakov girl, and she happens to be 33.
Right, I hear you.
She didn't change since most girls. I mean, it's just a fact of life. Most people change as they get older. They get more. She's not so with it. Like, I'm not going to call her like the most with it girl. She's not with it, but she doesn't need the most with it guy. But she needs somebody who's not an awkward guy, and he shouldn't be, he should
normal. Normal.
Right.
Right.
I just need permission. If you want to come back to me, I have another couple of more boys. I just need permission from somebody to see if I could present them.
Okay, sure.
So if you want to come back to me after,
Yeah.
I'll maybe present more boys.
Okay, go on mute now.
Because I do have a lot of boys.
Okay, go on mute so that you
Okay.
can do your calls if you want. Thank you. Okay, who else? Anyone else have boys? No? Okay.
I have more.
You have another one? Go ahead, Rochelle.
Okay, okay, so I don't know him very well, but there's a boy that I know that is around 40. He is from birth family in Miami area. He's looking for a very pretty girl. I know that. He's how tall is he? I don't know, I think he's like 5'10". He's good looking. He's looking for someone who's good looking. Somebody who's excited. He has a very excited personality. Somebody who's you know, like very with it, very could be in the limelight, and I know, a really nice person who's could handle a lot of stuff.
What does he do? What is his profession? You know?
He works for NCSY in some capacity. I don't exactly know the capacity. I know he works at NCSY.
Yeah.
I also have two girls. Can I present two girls?
Yeah.
Okay, so one girl is 24, 5'2", Beis Yaakov type, looking for someone who's going to learn for a while.
Go slow. Go slow down.
Okay, someone who's gonna learn for a while and then go into something. Someone who's good with Nesses Orchim and Kirav and has a good sense of humor and is patient and understanding. Somebody, I don't know what else to say. Let me look at your categories. I think I said most of the things. The other girl I have is 20, and she wants someone who's going to learn shorter time, and also Kirav or Chinuch, and also from birth situation. And
where does she live? Where does she live? This one.
Miami. I know a lot of girls from Miami. I taught in Beis Yaakov, Miami. I know a lot of people. Let me yeah. Okay.
Okay, great. Okay, I have another boy. This boy is 24. He's 5'10", and he lives, 1 minute. Hold it. My computer is jumping around. I don't know why. Is everything all right? Everybody still sees me?
Yep.
Okay. All right. He's 5'10". He learned in he was in Yerushalayim for a year, and more than a year actually, I see. He went to Torah College for computer science, and he's expected to graduate next year.
Which yeshiva in Eretz Yisrael?
Yeshiva Gedola or in Shar HaChaim and Torah Or. Those two yeshivas. He is a sweet, positive, and idealistic. He's intent on growing in his avodas Hashem while staying down to earth. He is serious about learning and would like to learn 2 to 3 years after getting married. He is currently in yeshiva and at the same time pursuing a career. He is looking for someone who shares his ideals.
Which yeshiva is he in now?
I think he's in Rabbi Zucker's.
Oh.
Rabbi Zucker's in Flatbush. He wants to build a Torah Dika home. He would like someone who is sneastic, put together, and has a general simchas hachayim.
I think I have a girl for him.
Yeah.
Me too.
Okay, so you'll contact me afterwards, okay?
Okay.
Okay, now, another girl. This girl is 26. She's 5'5". Just looking. She has a, I know her family, very, very nice family, very from family. Her occupation is she's into personal training and nutrition. She's very much into health. She works in wholesale and retail in a business. She is, I said she's 5'5". She's looking for a fun and outgoing person with a positive outlook on life and is working. And it should have some koveya itim. Okay, now another girl. This one is 21, 5'2", and comes from a family that I know a long time. I probably knew her as a baby. Her mother actually had a Tupperware party for me when she was crawling around. Really very wonderful family. If I would say the name of the business the family has, you'll all know, so I'm not saying it. But she's a Beis Yaakov girl, Beis Yaakov High School and seminary. She went for a year in seminary as well. She's currently working for her BA in special education. And currently now she is working as a teacher in Ivdu High School. And it's funny because before I mentioned somebody who was a social worker, and she happens to be the assistant principal of this same school. It's very funny. We have two from the same place. So that's my second one. Okay? Who wants to go next? Sharon, you have somebody?
I just want to listen now, but we have a whole database of people.
You have any
I'm from
boys?
Edison. Yeah, I have plenty. I'm from Edison Highland Park Shidduch group.
Oh, okay.
And I don't know, I just got this email, I got this forward from, my group, from someone in West Hempstead.
Uh-huh.
So I'm not really sure where you're located, what group you're from.
All right, well,
Sharon or Rochelle, somebody needs to help. Rochelle, I sent Sharon's info to you. If you can rename her, or if Sharon, you know how to rename it, then you can do it. But I think you said, Sharon, that you're not available to rename it. So Rochelle, I sent you a private chat with Sharon's info.
I don't see it on my web, on here? On my phone?
No, in the chat, in the
Zoom chat.
Zoom chat, right?
I don't see it. It's not here.
Okay, so you know what? So Rochelle, go into the mode of changing Sharon's info, and Sharon, you'll tell her verbally
What's your
how
phone
she
number?
types.
Okay. I'm
Your
Sharon Lowinger,
phone.
but I'm not presenting anyone tonight, but I'm Sharon Lowinger, and my number is 732-874-1520.
Okay, what is your email?
That's
S8
I'm sorry, what? Do it again.
SHCL18@AOL.com.
Oh, it's just that part. I see. Okay, thank you.
You got it?
In other words, let me just get this straight. It's S as in Sam, H as in Harry, C as in Charlie, L?
Yes, 18.
18 at AOL.
Correct.
There we go. See it?
Someone forwarded me, to our Shidduch group, your the
Our
Zoom.
meeting. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, let me tell you, what we're doing tonight is a special
Okay.
night. You missed the beginning. We are doing
Yes.
this meeting at the same time that our husbands are in the MDY Siyum tonight with Rav Eli Stefanski from Israel. It's the
Okay.
Merkaz Daf Yomi group. There's about 1,200 men enjoying themselves tonight, finishing Yevamos and then starting the next Gemara. And in the schus of their learning, we hope to achieve a bunch of shidduchim, at least starting shidduchim for people out there. And that's why we did this tonight.
Very nice. I would like to, invite maybe one or two of you onto our Shidduch group.
Okay.
We have, and maybe we can collaborate.
Yeah, sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah, definitely. So I don't know how much you heard, but
Yeah.
I am tape recording this, Sharon.
Okay.
So when it's done, I can send you the copy and you can hear the beginning if you missed a few of the people we spoke about already.
Or maybe we can figure out someone.
Yes. So do you have anybody to tell us now?
Well, actually, that's why I'm on my phone tonight, because my computer, I just can't get onto it. Something happened. So, I have a whole list of people. I mean, we have a whole database, like 200 people. We have a lot of people on it. We've been doing this for a while.
Right. And
So-
Sharon, we're also in conjunction with L'chaim Shidduch organization.
Chaim Shidduch organization?
L'chaim.
Okay.
So it's good to cross-reference all the databases.
Correct.
Okay. Then we also have another one here, which is just a phone number. I see the phone number.
Who's 917-678-9377?
Who is that? Who is that, please? Who is on the phone? You want to know who you are?
Okay, so meanwhile, the person that's on Yassi's iPhone. Hi, are you there?
I think she gave a message before. She gave a message before in the chat. I think she said she was having an aufruf and she was busy preparing for it. I think that's what she said. Did anyone see that? I saw that.
Yeah, I saw that.
Right, Elise?
I saw it. I didn't realize it was
on the
Yassi's
chat.
phone.
It was on the chat.
I think that was her. Aviva? Was that her?
Aviva Siegelman, that's Yassi's phone?
I think so, no? Who is Yassi's phone?
Siegel.
Now she had to go off. I know she's preparing for an aufruf.
Okay, and Bluestein is there. She mentioned to me that she needed to take care of her kids.
So she went off a minute.
I think she's still there.
Okay, I have a single I could present.
Go ahead.
Okay, so just bear with me because the information is on the same device as Zoom, so I won't be able to see the screen and see you. So I'm going to switch to my WhatsApp to see that information. And then I have a boy afterward. This is a girl, but I do have a boy. I don't have official permission to present him, but I'm just going to mention a couple of things. It's not anything like in the realm of what we've been discussing. So if anyone has someone for him, you could, contact me privately for more information. So first, the girl. Let me just get that. I'm sorry, bear with me. Okay. Okay, so this is a girl. She is born in 99, so that would make her 23. She's 5'5". She's from birth, from a beautiful family. They're the giving, nicest, down-to-earth people. They're well-to-do. They're just, but you wouldn't know it. Like, they're just, what you see is what you get.
Where do they live?
They live in Muncie. Just really nice, down-to-earth people. The father is in nursing homes. Mother's a homemaker. I'm just reading from the resume, so bear with me. She has one married sibling. She has two married siblings and two siblings younger than her. So let's see. She's in college. She's in Cope, going for her accounting degree. She works in Apex Global accounts payable. She's very good at what she does. She's serious about that. She is a very sweet girl. Like, what you see is what you get. Very derech eretz stick. She could come across quiet in the beginning, but when you get to know her and talk to her, she's very easy to talk to, makes conversation easily. Just a very, very sweet girl who needs just a good boy who's going to, do something, working wise, is kovea item, like that. It's a very, very nice girl from a very, very nice family. If anyone needs any more information, they can give me. And then I'll pull up the boys' information, but like I said, I don't have official permission. So just bear with me for a second. I'm getting that one. Okay. Hold on. Could be a while back, so just bear with me. Okay, so this is a boy. He's I would say you would call him a forever learner. He's going to be learning forever. Sorry. If he, if he ever does need to go to work, he will take achrayus to support a family. Of course, he can do anything because he's very smart.
How tall is he and his age?
He is 24. He's 5'11". He's the fifth of 8 children. 4 are married.
Oh, it's noisy.
This family. Hello.
Hi, sorry, I'm trying to find somewhere not so noisy.
Yeah, no,
Okay,
Jenna, just a second. If you can mute yourself for a minute and you'll be the next presenter.
Oh, I'm sorry, no problem.
That's okay. Thank you for coming
Okay,
back.
Thank you. Okay, so what I was saying, it's a very, very special family. They're like a chashuva family. They're looking for a girl who really wants a forever learner boy. Like it should really be that this is what the girl wants, because this is who he is. He's going to do something with himself in Rabbanis or in something. He's from a chashuva family. I would say that just knowing the family, this is not something that they would necessarily say, but I would say from knowing the family that, they want the girl side to support mostly. They've done it for their girls, so that's how they hold and that's how they do. I'm not saying they're not going to support any of it, and they're very giving people, so they're always there, but that's what they're looking for. And like I said, he will take a price to support a family if something like this would happen in life, but that's not his mind is all learning. Like it's just, that's what he is. He has a close to the face beard. He's very good looking, very, very special boy. This family is, the grandmother lives with the family. So there's just this derech eretz and this kibbud of aim that they have in the house that they just see from the way the parents take care of the grandparents that you cannot get anywhere else. It's just something very, very special. And he's also just I've seen him on a Shabbos. He's very helpful, very polite. It just from A to Z, just a very special person. Yes, that's that.
Sounds great.
Yeah.
Okay, anyone else, Jenna?
Yes, Jenna, we spoke in text. Are you available now?
I saw her walking out.
Yes, she's busy with her kids.
Because I have another one. I have another
Just
boy. Is that all right? Jenna, are you there?
Yes, I'm here, just looking
Okay.
for a phone charger.
All right, if you can present, you want to present now?
I'm sorry?
You want to present now?
Yes, please, hi.
Okay, what are you presenting, a boy or girl?
Two friends of mine, 2 girls.
Okay,
She's 38, and lives in New York. She lives in Washington Heights.
okay,
I don't quite remember your order. I guess just let me know if I'm missing something. She's from Los Angeles, from California. And I went to OT school with her actually. She works, I can't remember, where does it say she works? Okay, I'll just get to it. Oh, there's that, sorry, plug in my.
How tall is she?
I think she froze.
she's trying to find a quiet place. I guess she found a place without with
Service.
interference. Yeah.
Yeah, because her face, it's froze. We'll come back.
I was going to mention another girl. Do you mind if I just, while I have it in mind?
What?
I was going to mention one other girl while I have it still in mind, if that's okay, till she comes back.
Till she comes back, yeah. Okay.
Okay, so this is a girl, she's 23, she lives in Queens. Her father is not alive, but this house is like any regular house, would not know anything, like they're just very happy, adjusted kids, they have very strong family support and emotionally. She's very geschickt, like she can do everything from A to Z. She's so smart. She's like a brilliant girl.
But Esther, you're fuzzing. You're
Oh,
fuzzing.
sorry. I don't know. I guess my internet's
No, not better.
okay. Anyway, she's very smart. Like she went to BJJ. She is just, but that's not the first thing I would say about her. More so is she's funny. She's personable. She's geschickt. She's just great, like with her nieces, and she's just very friendly, happy, well-adjusted, makes Shabbos for her family type of person. Like she can just a all-around great girl. She went to Sheva in Queens. She's like down to earth, normal, but she's a very strong, good girl. I think she's looking for someone who will eventually, make a parnasa, but is always going to set aside time for learning Kobe and Eaton. And she's just, I can't say anything more. She's just a great girl, a great family. Yeah.
What's her height?
She's average, like 5'5". She's slim. She's good looking. Yeah. She has one married sibling, and two sisters younger than her.
Hi, sorry. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, is that you?
Yes.
Okay,
Sorry,
great. So you're back on the phone. Wonderful.
Okay, we can hear you.
Esty, thank you for presenting that girl.
Sure.
So Jenna, we're ready for you.
Okay, should I just continue where I left off?
No, start again.
Okay, sure. Sorry about that. It's a friend of mine. She lives in New York, in Washington Heights. She's from California. She's 38 and 5'5". Never been married. I know her family. She comes from a very nice family. She's one of 5 siblings. So I guess 6 siblings, one of 6. She grew up she went to Beis Yaakov actually, in Darchedina when she went to seminary, and then she went to Stern for college, and Columbia. We went to Columbia together for OT school.
What does she do now?
Works now occupational therapy.
I can't hear. What?
Occupational therapy together.
I see. Occupational therapy. Yeah.
Yeah. And now she works at Mount Sinai Hospital. She works with the brain injury unit. And she's also an adjunct professor at Long Island University. She's a very giving person. She's very responsible. She learns and goes to Shiurim, and she enjoys what she does, work-wise. And she spends her free time running, teaching, reading, and she's actually very artistic. So she likes to do artsy types of things. I don't know what exactly, but she wrote that she's looking for someone who tries to make people feel comfortable, someone who's insightful when it comes to others' needs, and is responsible, thought out, makes time to learn Torah and refine his character. She would like someone who's educated and working. She's a phenomenal person. I'm not sure why she just, hasn't found the right person. She is serious, but she can also be fun and quirky. She's a quirky kind of sense of humor. So that's my friend. Should I go on? That's my other friend, or
She's looking for an advanced degree. Someone who has an advanced degree, or what?
Yeah, I would say, or someone who's. I've never. She hasn't told me specifically up to what. she just wants someone who's educated, you know. She has a master's degree. So, I mean, she doesn't have any kind of requirement, just someone that, you know, she can, I guess, you know, have conversations with and who's educated.
Okay.
Okay, good. Okay, who wants to share next?
Can I, would it be all right if I just shared one more friend?
Sure.
Okay.
Also a girl?
Yes, also a girl. She's gonna do the math. I don't know, she's in her early 40s.
I can't, can you talk louder, please?
Oh, sure. Is that better?
Yeah, a little better.
My friend, she's in her early 40s. She's living in Florida right now. Let me see here. She, for a long time, she worked in nonprofit, and now she went back to school for social work. She did an online program with Wurzweiler, and she's right now working in the Holocaust Museum in Miami Beach, because she's a third generation, you know, Holocaust survivor. So she, you know, speaks to her from her grandparents. But she's not like her grandparents were survivors, and she's a Balat Shuva. She became from, I guess, is in like her 30s. Her family's not religious. Let's see what else. She's very much a go-getter. You know, when she puts her mind to something, she does it. She's very loving, nurturing with my children. They love her. She's like an aunt to them. She's very into taking care of her health, and she, you know, she runs and she's done marathons. She's also very adventurous, so she's gone to Australia by herself, and other places. She likes to travel. Let me see. And she, let me see here.
What's her height?
She's about almost 5'6".
Can I ask you a question, Jenna? Your phone number is listed,
Sure.
so I wanted to put your name in. Jenna, what's your last name?
Sure, it's Sredni, Sredni.
I know I can't hear that. Say it, because any.
Oh, Sredni, it's S as in Sam, then
Right.
the color red, N-I.
S
And as in
R.
Nancy.
I can't.
Wait, Jana, it's Sredni, correct?
Correct.
And your phone number?
It says 646-373-6875.
Perfect.
Yeah, I have a New York number, but I'm in Florida.
Okay, but wait, it's Jenna, S-R-E. What?
D.
D's in
D
David?
as in David, N as in Nancy, I as in India.
Oh, okay. And what's your email?
It's one word, Jenna Gern, JENNA as in Robert, N as in Nancy, @gmail.
Jenna,
Wait, it's J-E, okay, go ahead. Go ahead, you got it.
I didn't hear it. JENNA.
GIR as in Robert, N as in Nancy, @gmail.
I'm going to put it up. Tell me if it's correct. 1 second. Putting it on that list. Is that correct?
You know, I'm connected through the phone call, not through Zoom.
All right, you can't see it. I forgot. You're on a phone. I hope it's right.
Oh, it's okay.
Does it look
Yeah,
right? Atara, does it look right?
I have Jenna with a G-I-M at the end. It's Jenna, listen to me. It's Jenna, Gabriel, Isaac, Mary.
So the last two letters are R as in Robert and N as in Nancy.
R-M, G-R-M.
GIRN.
Not D,
Not
G?
IRN. Yeah, I texted it to, who did I text it to? To Atara.
Right, so I had it, you did it in the chat, right? Or on the phone?
On the text through the phone. You know what I'll do when I get home? I'll add it to the
I got
Zoom
it,
chat.
okay, so it's, okay. Ladies, it's JENNAGIRN.
Not D, G.
Yeah,
G, growth, Erwin, Robert, and Nathan.
you got it at Gmail.
Right.
Is that right?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay, now, we have another person here, Chaya. Chaya? Hi, welcome.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Jenna.
Thank you.
Okay, now we have Chaya. Chaya, we'd like to put you in here in our list. If you go to in the bottom, it says participants. Click on it, you'll see your name on the list. Can you go to the right when you're on the list, all the way to the right, click the camera. It says rename. I need your last name, please. Chaya, can you put in your last name or tell it to me and I'll put it in? We'd like to add you into our list. We don't know Chaya's last name or information.
Um,
You see it?
no, I sent her a message, I didn't get a response. So, Ruben Bluestein, are you there?
R. Bluestein. Are you there?
She didn't answer a text I sent her either.
Okay, well,
So,
I have three more.
okay,
I have another young man. Okay, he is from Brooklyn. He is 5'9" and 20, just turned 29 now. His birthday is July, right now. He has been learning in Lakewood, has been also in Yerushalayim and in Adelphia. He's like an all-around fellow. He's a fine young man. He takes his learning seriously, is solid in his hashkafis, is smart, has depth, and is idealistic. He's also artistic, friendly, kind, helpful, a hard worker, responsible, worldly in a positive way, and put together. He would still like to learn in Kollel for approximately 5 years after he gets married, and would potentially be interested in going to Klal Kodesh and or business afterwards. In his spare time, he enjoys learning, listening to music, reading, keeping active, socializing, and following the stock market. And he has a BTL. That's the degree they get when they can manage that through yeshiva. He is looking to marry someone who has excellent midos, is sincerely from, and shares his hashkafis. Someone who has depth, intelligence, and compassion. She should be sweet and friendly and have a nice personality. Confidence, thoughtfulness, being put together, taking care of herself, and having a backbone are attractive traits to him. I like that one.
right?
A backbone. He doesn't want a nebuchal, obviously. He wants somebody who he can, I guess, like compete with intellectually. That's what it sounds like to me.
Can I just interrupt you for a second? How old did you say this young man is?
29.
Okay, thanks.
I'll tell you, when I saw him, I thought he was 23. I know who he is. He does not look 29 to me. I mean, he has a very, like, I have a son that is double that, almost, no, he's not double that, but he's quite old. And you look at him, you think he's 15. They have a young look. They have a young personality. It's thin.
29 is not exactly old.
It's
Okay?
not, but she said, how old is he? 29 is young.
29 is not bad.
It's not bad at all, and he looks
I
great.
wouldn't mind looking 29 right about now, okay?
Okay, now I have,
You look 25.
yeah,
Well, I love you, okay? I love you.
I have a nice young lady. She is 5'5", lives in Brooklyn here, Flatbush, is 25, and has fabulous family. I mean, I know the family. They're like best friends with my son and his wife. And she has married siblings. She is a Beis Yaakov girl, like from Masoris, went to seminary, has her master's degree in special ed, and she's working in the yeshiva Darchei Eretz YDE for girls, you know, in a special program, P3 provider, elementary and preschool. So she's really very gifted, you know, in her talent in that department. She's looking for a boy who's got great midos, amazing personality, and also knows what's expected of a Ben Torah. She does want a boy who's already working or in school, but still connected to a Rebbe and making time for learning and minyanim. She wants someone who is worldly, smart, and knows how to enjoy life too. I like these statements, you know, they're really very helpful. They're really good. Okay, now I have another one, a young woman. She's a girl from Muncie. She's 5'4", and she's 23.
Don't say, I wanted to.
Yeah, she sounds, yeah.
Yeah, she's a very bubbly personality. She has strong hashkafas and a depth with maturity and grace. She's looking for a true Ben Torah who is stark, but also worldly and personable. She wants a mensch above all else. She went to Excelsior College, or Beis Yaakov, and, you know, in Muncie, Breyers High School. So she's a real Muncie girl. Her family is a wonderful family. And she has siblings. She has other siblings that are, you know, like one went to law school. She has siblings that are very accomplished. And if you're interested, you can call me about it. Then I have one more. Can I go with it?
Yes, I've been in touch with Bluestein, and I'm trying to communicate with LC.
Yeah, who is LC?
We'll find out in a minute.
Okay.
LC, are you there?
Yeah.
Oh,
Hi.
okay, let LC go.
Hi.
Hi.
I'm Gittel Bekelnitsky's daughter.
Wait, say this again. We didn't hear.
I'm Gittel Bekelnitsky's daughter.
Oh, hi. Okay, I know Giggle Bekelnitsky from here.
All right,
She's
so
a,
put in her information then over here.
yeah, so
I'm trying to get my phone to work. Our computer is watching the CM right now.
okay. So wait a second. So you're on a phone?
Yeah.
Great. Okay. Tell me, I don't know your full name. I'm sorry. Tell me your name.
Leah Bergman.
Leah Bergman.
Yeah.
Rochelle, are you on the case? Can Leah tell you her phone number and email?
Yeah, wait, Leah.
Just a second, Leah. We're going to do this immediately.
Leah, Leah.
Layah.
Oh, okay. All right, 1 minute.
Every person finished with this Yavamas, the hard of the shots, all an amazing round.
1 minute.
Leah, that's adorable.
That's so funny.
We always have.
I'm not able to do it. Every time I do it, it goes off.
Okay, so Leah, let's everybody listen to Leah's information, and we'll all write it down ourselves.
Got it. Laya. What's the last name?
Bergman.
Bergman.
Yeah.
What's your phone, please?
773.
Yes.
946.
Yes.
6453.
6453.
Yeah.
And what's your email?
L Bergs BERGS as in Sam 18 @gmail.
Perfect.
Okay.
And Laya is with an H at the end or just an A?
Yes, yes, with an H.
Okay,
I
wonderful.
left that out. Okay, well, I'm not fixing it now. Okay, go
It's
ahead.
fine.
Who do you want to present?
I just came to listen. I wasn't prepared to present. I saw this when I came in the door and I thought I would come listen.
Oh, okay, no problem.
But while you're listening, maybe something will come up and you'd like to present. It doesn't have to be very, if you don't have some information, that's also fine. Try to
Okay.
think of something to present.
Okay,
Because what we're giving is basically, I'm looking at the resume, but I'm not giving you the real details. We're giving you the general of this particular person. And then if you're interested, you call the presenter, and then we would switch information, a resume for a resume, and that we
Got
would
it.
know if we can work on it. Okay?
got it. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, so I'll go with this last one that I have.
Hi, I'm sorry. I just called my friend about her daughter and I would like to present her daughter.
Good, go right
All
ahead.
right, so she's 26 years old. She's a photographer. And I just want to put that out there that she went to a Ferris Miriam, but she really is not special ed in any way. I mean, I know her personally. She's she happens to be very bubbly, very outgoing, very with it. She's makes a very good parnasa as a photographer, and she's about 5'7", I would say, very attractive, and she's very. I mean, I think personally the problem is people see Tferes Miriam and they automatically assume that she's not, you know, that she needs a special ed guy, which she really does not need. You know, she's very normal, you know. I mean, I don't know how else to put it. Very bubbly, very fun. She's comes from a family of 8 children, and she's interested in a boy who's koveya itim, who's a mensch, you know, who could carry on a conversation. She's, I don't know what else, you know, they live in Flatbush, and she happens to be like really a great girl. I love this girl. I absolutely adore her. And you know, again, like everybody else says, obviously it's not the right zivik yet. You know, everybody says the same thing. Why isn't she married? And, you know, we ask the same question, but I think, you know, it's just that she's getting the wrong hits because of the resume, is my belief, honestly.
Uh-huh.
Sounds great. So nobody even has to mention that part.
Yeah, but as soon as people see on her actual resume, then they automatically give her guys that are, you know, has kids or whatever, and she's really not, you know, and that's the problem, you know, I think.
It's good that you're advocating for her. That's very nice. And if anybody wants to make a call to the head of the seminary, they're more than welcome to do that. Okay, so Greenberg. Okay. Where'd Mindy go? Mindy? Oh, Brachi, welcome.
Hi.
Okay, so welcome to Brachi Torsky. Brachi Torsky is a friend of Rochelle. No, who gave me your name? Yes.
Hi, Brachi.
Okay.
Hi.
So Rachel, I'll let you take care of Brachi. And
Okay.
Mindy Greenberg, how are you?
Okay. All right, Brachi, I need to put your phone number in.
917.
Yeah.
588.
588.
7873.
Okay, and what's your email?
BROCHIE1K@gmail.com. It's the letter one. I mean, the number one.
Yeah. No, I know.
Okay.
Okay, you're up there now. Okay, Brachi, present who you'd like. Basically saying no names, no initials, just age, height,
Okay.
And what about them and what they're looking for?
Okay, she's 21. Well, she will be 21 right after the summer. She was born the 3rd of September. She's 5 feet. And she went to Tichon Meir Moshe in Far Rockaway for high school, and Benot Torah Sharfman for seminary. She is a preschool teacher, an assistant in a preschool in Gan Chamesh in the Five Towns, Chabad. She loves children. She has 3 siblings. She's great with kids. She's extremely sweet. She has a lev tov. She's more on the modern side. She wants a working boy, and he doesn't have to be a professional. It could be someone, electrician, real estate, construction. He just needs to be a real mensch.
What about is she learning? Does he have to have kovei itam?
I mean, it would be nice if he did, open a safer here and there, but it doesn't have to be every single night.
Right. Supposed to shear him, like that kind of thing.
Yeah, like that.
Right.
And he should have like a Rebbe that he, talks to every so often, like that.
Right. Right.
He's a little on the spiritual side, because in Schaffman's, that's what you get. Like that. She davens daily, but she doesn't go to parties. She doesn't do things like that.
Mm-hmm.
And anything else?
I think that's all we needed, right? Okay, and this is Brachi Twersky. You see her name up there. If you want to ask her anything after tonight, you have her number to contact her to get the resume, and then of course share with her who you have in mind for her. Right?
Great, thank you.
Okay, great. How was your trip up? Good?
Long, but good.
Okay, she's up in the country now. Okay.
Okay, can I present someone?
Yes, go.
Okay, so Baruch Hashem, I have a lot of people. Okay, this young lady was born in 1996. She has brown hair, green eyes. She went through the yeshiva, the system in Queens College, Touro College. Oh, here it is. Speech language pathology master's program. Her father's a cardiologist. Her mother is a speech therapist. She's one of 3. Her other siblings, she's the youngest. Her other siblings are married. This person is fun, bubbly, outgoing, and smart. She has a great sense of humor, is responsible and down to earth. She's solidly frum. She definitely is. She's a neighbor of mine. Has wonderful midos, is sneistic and put together. I would say she's a bit worldly also. She knows what's going on. Is looking for a fun, friendly, sweet, smart boy with good midos from a loving family. She herself is also from a very loving family. The house is always full of guests and full of family and aunts, uncles, constant family connection. She wants someone who is machshiv Torah from a solid yeshiva and is in school, or I guess getting a degree, working or learning with a plan. So basically a learner earner. And she is definitely feet on the ground, solid, not a high maintenance, keeps herself very well, and she talks with a brain. She's not ditzy at all. She's a wonderful young lady. So you can contact me if you need more information.
Okay, great.
I have one more girl. I figure if I present two different types. This young lady is she originates from Florida. She is a very successful accountant. How old is she? Let's go backwards. Hometown, Miami Beach, currently living in Queens. Born in 1995, 27 years old. She's 5'8". So she's a professional accountant. And I would think that she does have a blurb. I'm going to read it. Just a second, please. She's looking for friendly, warm, passionate person who is generous and giving to others. She herself has a wonderful attitude, a wonderful mannerism about herself, loving and warm and attentive. She listens very carefully. She responds with all the, with a loving, caring way. Passionate and easy to talk to. Thoughtful towards others. This actually describes her. Values personal growth and having a Torah home. Sets aside time to learn, desire to have Torah home. Has college education, is currently working. She has an out-of-town mentality, open-minded, which is a nice mentality. It's laid back. For all of us, for all of you, well, Queens is called out of town. All of you out of town people, this is a very much more easygoing way of thinking. Description: she is friendly, outgoing, easygoing, joyful, supportive, and caring. Exactly what I said. Values personal growth and having emotional connections with others. She's my daughter's friend, and she's at my house coming over to say hello. Genuine and sincere, responsible and assertive. She definitely, if something is wrong, she won't go with the flow of what's wrong. She's not a towner, and she's open-minded. She's very, very sweet. And she's thank you.
Okay, great.
Mindy,
We have a new person came in, Mindy Greenberg. Welcome, Mindy. Mindy, can you hear me?
she's connecting to audio.
Oh, I see.
I know Mindy Greenberg in Queens. I wonder if this is her.
Okay, we want to see if Mindy wants to share anything.
She's not here. Not here yet. Bluestein. Let me see where she's holding. She was trying to find a quiet place. Who's there?
Okay. I have someone else. Should I do mine meanwhile?
Sure, go for it.
Okay, another young woman. She's 26, 5'3", very educated. She's enrolled currently in Rutgers University for school psychology PhD program. She graduated Turo, Benot Sarah Seminary, Beis Yaakov de Rav Meir High School, and Beis Yaakov of Queens. She actually lives in Kew Gardens in Queens. Her grandmother and I go way back. Way back. And so I know that
It's only 25 years.
Yeah, I know when she was, before she was born. Wonderful family. She needs somebody who's not just a learner, but someone who's educated. She would like him to be Koveya Itim, but she would really like him to have some kind of a profession. Something a little bit more than the usual. She wants someone who has a college. I believe she wants someone like a college degree, but who is also very frum. Very special family, really amazing family. She needs somebody really good. She has 3 other siblings, and let me see what else I have here. Got a lot of personal references here. A lot of nice people who talk about her. So she is the oldest, I believe, here in her family. Okay. And
Is there anything definitive that more so that can be discussed about her?
Trying to see what, this is the one that the copy didn't come out good, Atara.
I remember. Yes, we were discussing that today.
We were trying to read this, and it wasn't as clear as I'd like it to be. I tried reaching the person who gave it to me, and I couldn't reach her to get more extra information. But there are very special people she gave as her references, like the principal of this school, another principal of another school, teacher of this. So she gave special people who really, really must think highly of her to be given as a reference, you know? That's the way I look at it. She's an all-around girl. There are so many all-around girls. I mean, it's amazing how much Benos Yisrael need a Shidduch. Hashem, please, Hashem, come on. Let's get going here. We want to make Shidduchim.
Amen.
Amen.
I have a boy to present very, very quickly.
Okay.
I don't have his resume. I just know him very, not personally, but I know him very well. He spends a lot of time with our family. He's born in 1987. That makes him how old? 35?
Yeah, 35.
Right, 35. Never been married. He's about 5'11", if not 6'3". He's quite tall. He's a chesed machine. He's part of Misaskim. He's part of Chaverim. He's not part of Hatzalah though. He runs a few businesses. He is very, very capable. He went through the Queen's Yeshiva system. I don't know about Yeshiva Gdola.
Like Chafetz Chaim, you're talking about?
I don't know where he went to high school. I don't know, but he davens by can I say what shul he davens at?
No, you didn't.
No, should I? Can I?
You don't have to.
Okay, so he davens at an Aguda type shul.
Okay.
So that tells you where he stands
Right.
color-wise and hat-wise.
Does he wear a hat?
On Shabbos, yes.
Mm.
Yes. I mean, I don't see him in shul during the week. I see him when he comes to the house to do whatever he needs to do here. And he works with my husband a little bit. So he is a phenomenal, warm, very caring person. If he asks for something and you say no, he says, that's fine. I'll make do without it, or I'll figure it out. And he's very undemanding, very caring, and if somebody needs something, we can call him from Israel and he'll do it in a minute. And it doesn't matter what it is, he'll do it right away. And that's not just for me. I know elderly people that call him. I know other type of people call him. The personality that joins Chaver, always there, no matter what time of day or night. Mm-hmm. This is the type of person he is. He's good looking. He's tall. He's slender. And I don't know if he plays basketball, but he's a great guy.
Mm-hmm. Okay, good. Okay. Trying to get the message here.
So what's his from? Oh, you said Aguda type. Okay.
Yes. But yet he wears collared shirts. He's not stiff Aguda.
Mm-hmm. He is Kove'etim?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't follow him around like that. I really don't know. I know he works a lot. So
what does he do?
He works for a newspaper. He works for an accounting firm. He works also here on Chesed projects for a Chazak organization. He does everything and anything. He's tech savvy. He's got many hats.
Okay. All right. Did everybody present?
Okay.
I'd like to present a 28-year-old boy.
Who is this? Leah?
Yes.
Okay, Leah, go ahead.
Okay, 28-year-old boy learning in Lakewood. He's not super yeshivish. Although I'm from out of town, although he's in Lakewood, he's really a Kew Garden Hills boy mentality wise. So
that's more laid back.
Yeah, more laid back, and also very wide range of knowledge and interests, very intelligent, great sense of humor, really a mensch very, very close to his family, cares about family and the people around him. And he's planning to learn as long as possible, but he does recognize that, there will be a time where he responsibly has to, has to leave yeshiva, and he understands that. Does not have a specific number of years, but probably in the 3 to 7 range.
How tall is he?
He's 5'9", and he is somebody who enjoys being active. You could find him easily in the Otsar and easily reading a medical science, psychology, or history textbook that was left lying around, just for the sake of the knowledge. He also tends to like to think things through on his own. He does have Rabbanim who he speaks to, but he needs somebody who isn't necessarily follows the crowd, because everyone else is doing it.
Mm-hmm. I like the way how you describe that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Is he willing to relocate, being that you're also from out of town? Is this?
I mean, right now he's in Lakewood. I assume, if there was a call elsewhere, I don't necessarily know that he is locked into Lakewood.
Okay, yeah, it sounds like he's mobile.
Yeah.
Yeah. There are a lot of people, when they get to Lakewood, they sort of get anchored into the tri-state area.
That's not him.
Not him. Okay.
No.
Good. Okay, now, all these resumes that we were sharing, each of us have copies of their resumes. We have the actual resume. We all have them. What we should do is keep them in a file and call it the Women of the MDY Shidduch group. And this way, when we want to do another one, and there is one coming up from the Shidduch, L'chaim Shidduch organization, right?
Yes.
Atara.
Yes, in Esti, you want to expound on it?
Yeah, so if you go onto the website, it's L'chaim Shidduch dot, wait one second, let me just make sure I have it. L'chaimshidduch.com. You'll see they're going to list the actual meetings, where and when, and they actually have different meetings for different hashkafos and age levels.
Right,
So
they're divided up, so this way you can, personalize the shidduch you're looking for a little better, because it's
right. And you could attend multiple meetings, obviously.
Right.
How do you spell L'chaim? Is it L with an
I'll spell it again. LCHAIMSHIDDUCH. And they have a database of shadchanim that are held, and of course singles, to connect to whatever. So there's actually a phone number as well. It's 845-352-0373. And they've made so many shidduchim. It's amazing what they do.
Okay, so that's good. Very good. All right, so that will work. Excellent. Anyone have any questions of any of the ones that we heard? Anybody off the top of your head? Do you have somebody who?
Just quick.
Some of you said they had a couple they wanted to talk to me about, but there are some that I know I heard that I liked. So when we're done, we can communicate, or we could talk now a little bit if you want. You want me to tell my story?
May I just ask a quick question?
Sure.
Is it possible to get a copy of the recording? Because I know I came in later.
Oh yeah, 100%. That's what we're doing. As soon as this is over, it gives me a copy, and that's why I want everybody's email. What I'm going to do is, once I have the copy, I'm going to send every single person who was on this shidduch meeting a copy of the entire thing.
Okay,
So
thank
you can go back and you can look and see, and maybe find somebody from the first hour who might be somebody who you need, and which is a great thing. And not only that, sometimes it's good to hear it again, because I know anytime I'm told something, it goes in and goes out, and wait a minute, there was something I forgot. If I didn't record it, I don't remember it. Maybe it's my age.
Yassi's phone. I think this is, if you'd like to present, we would love to hear what you have. As you heard, we're about to close, so it's up to you, it's up to you to jump in at any time, all right? Thank you. Okay, so Rochelle, go ahead.
Yeah, because I know Bluestein gave a message before that she's trying to find a quiet place.
She just signed off. She's gonna join,
She signed off?
no.
She there? There's a
Somebody
phone,
just signed off.
there's a phone number here. I don't know who this is. 678-9377. Who is that? 917.
They're listener only.
Listening only. Okay, that's okay.
Right? 377. You left. You came back. Are you a listener only? I guess so.
Okay, fine. Well, we know what's going on in New Jersey. We know how much they're enjoying. There's a live feed, by the way, that you can watch what's going on there. I actually have it on my phone now. I've been taking peeks at it. But this whole thing, as I mentioned earlier, what it did to the men who got involved with the DAF. I know that a lot of men some of them who didn't learn for a while, or they lost their cheshik of learning, and then when they got hooked onto Rav Eli, they came back and they started to learn seriously, and it became a really strong part of their life. And for some people, it did other things. For me, it gave me something special. Baruch Hashem, I'm married a long time. And my husband and I went to Eretz Yisrael in 1970. My husband hasn't been there since. That's 52 years. I've been plotting and trying to get him to go for 52 years to Israel. And he always said, I can't take the flight, my ears hurt, and this and that, and there's a million reasons. Over the years, I've gone, because my sister and brother-in-law go often, and I've been able to go with them about 5 times, but I haven't been there in about 10 years. Well, my husband got hooked on Eli, I think in December, and he never touched a computer. He does not own a cell phone. He's the only one probably in that whole place doesn't have a cell phone. He was probably the only one in the entire Eretz Yisrael didn't have a phone. And in general, he doesn't have a phone. He uses mine if I insist he take it when he goes out. Anyway, so what happened was I had to find a way to get him to go to Israel. Nothing would change. Nothing. Then he started to see Rav Eli, and he loved it. So I said to him the whole year, if you go to Israel with me, I promise, Bli Neda, I will get you a seat in the front, right next to Rav Eli in Beit Shemesh when he does the siyum, when he does his learning, wherever it is. I'll get you there by hook or by crook. And he, sure. Well, you know that Rav Eli came to Brooklyn in April for that one siyum.
In yeah.
He came. My son,
ladies, you remember it at all?
Yes, of course.
Yeah, my husband went to that with my son, came from Muncie to bring him. My husband was like over the moon. But then he said, see, I don't have to go to Israel. He came to me.
Oh, that's funny.
I was so upset. But he went there and my son told Rav Eli that, my father should come to see you in Israel. And he met him, got pictures of him and said, you really should come see me in Israel. But my husband came home, the kids treated him to a sweatshirt, which he wears all the time. It says it's geschmack to learn the daf. My husband wears a sweatshirt. And my husband learned to use iPads all the time. He stole my iPad and he watches the daf on it all the time. So he knows how to use it. And I'm telling you, there's a person that knew nothing. Well, what happened is I finally convinced him before Pesach that we have to go to Israel. And my sister, Baruch Hashem, goes from Pesach through Shavuos. I figured this is my time slot. They agreed that we could come to her. And we set it up for May, but then something happened and they had to cancel and go back 3 weeks. Baruch Hashem, it worked out. 2 days after Shavuos, we went to Israel for 2 weeks. And the Wednesday after we were there, my sister, bless her heart, agreed to get up bright and early, 5:30 with me. And we drove my husband to Beit Shemesh with my sister on her, her ways. And we got my husband there at 7:05. And at 7:15, they started. My husband took his Gemara out of the car, walked out, and I wanted to do a jig. And we went, my sister and I, wherever we went, we came back 8:45 and saw my husband with the biggest smile on his face after he went. And I said to him, Sanu, how was it? He said it was Gan Eden on earth. And what he told me happened is amazing. My son and someone close to Ravelli, who's a family member, fixed it that my husband would sit in the front row right next to Ravelli. So when my husband got in the room, he was going to sit in the back. They said, no, guests sit in the front. My husband sat right in the front. My husband told me that when he sat down there, he wanted to get up and start dancing, but they would think he's crazy. Now, my husband's a quiet guy, and he just was overwhelmed. And he was right there, and he was included in the discussion a few times, and he spoke to him on YouTube. It was Yavamas 100. And then when it was over, and when my husband came down, I said to my husband, I want to speak to Ravelli. I want to talk to him. And my husband said, but he's upstairs. You can't go upstairs. I says, but I'll wait. And sure enough, he came down. My husband went over to him and said, my wife would like to talk to you. And what did he said, uh-oh. He thought, who knows what. So he came over and I explained to him that my husband hasn't been to Israel for 52 years. And I want to thank him. Because of him, my husband came to Israel. And it was the best life experience of our life. I mean, I don't have to tell you how it was by the co-cell. I don't have to tell you that, but it was amazing. And so I asked him, can we take a picture? He says, I usually don't take pictures with women, but I'll make an exception. So we did take a picture together. And it was just incredible. And then when I told him it was 52 years, he said, why didn't somebody tell me that? I would have mentioned it. So what did he do? The next day on Yavamas 101, if you go back and watch it, ladies, you will see him shout out to my husband with a picture, because he took pictures with the people who were guests, explaining how Rabbi Yisrael Rothman hasn't been here for 52 years, the whole thing. Gave him a shout out. And then he did it one more time when my son sent him a thank you email. Again, since then, my husband hasn't gone anywhere, shul, you name it, where someone says, are you the 52-year guy?
That's so funny.
Funny. My daughter went to the MDY booth on Flatbush Mardi Gras here in Flatbush while I was in Israel. They had a booth to encourage people to do the Gemara, do the daf. And my daughter just went over to the fellows there and said, oh, my father was at your daf in Beit Shemesh last week. They said, what's his name? When she said his name, he says, oh, he's the 52-year guy. So they know him for that. But it's just very funny. And it really changed his life, because now I said to him, we're going to go back, right? He doesn't want us. He's not saying no. But Baruch Hashem, it's amazing. Now, I know a lot of people, a lot of young people who joined the daf right after Bar Mitzvah that started learning now. And maybe they weren't into it as much, but because of this whole system of what they're doing with the Daf Yomi.
It's a movement.
Someone said it's a cult.
It's a movement.
It is.
It's a movement.
It's amazing because the way that he teaches it is different than the other people who teach it.
Right.
Because I've seen the others too. My husband looks at the others also, but he explains it with a certain levity in certain things.
I like the visuals.
The visuals are amazing, and they made magnets. And when my daughter went to the booth and told them, and they were giving everybody a magnet of some of the characters. Well, they gave my daughter a package of them. So my refrigerator is totally.
You mean all those characters that go bye-bye and come back?
Yeah. The 5 Towns lady and the Berkeley lady and the potato guy and all those things. I mean, I have all of them on my refrigerator. It's just very, very funny. My refrigerator is totally full. Amazing. So, I mean, if you have anyone who you know, any younger person who is interested in the daf, encourage them to go on this, because this will give them a cheshek to keep going. You know, it's a nice thing. In general, this thing with the shidduchim is a beautiful thing. We all know people. I know in my business of Tupperware, I see lots and lots of people. When I'm in a home, I always mention it. And many times people come over to me and give me names, and I have my own little database. But since COVID, we were doing Zoom, and that's how I got into this, knowing it so well, because I do Zoom cooking classes with Tupperware. So people call me for that. I organize pantries too. Just give me your measurements and the height of the depth of your cabinet, and I'll take 3 cluttered shelves and make it into 2 organized, 1 empty. I've been all over the United States from my kitchen. I did a party in Detroit. I did it in Ohio, in Virginia, Pennsylvania, Florida, without leaving my home. So,
Tell them that they can look you up online. It's all
Okay.
there.
Right. My site is my.tupperware.com/Rochelle Rothman. If you Google my name, you'll see me doing a few other things. I write in the FJJ every week. I have a column there. I write in the Torah Times.
Excellent column, excellent.
Thank you. And I also write in the Jewish Press sometimes. I also write some interesting stories about Hashgacha. I have a story, if you want to hear it, a beautiful story of how Hashem truly runs the world. This happened to me personally on the last day of Pesach. The last day of Pesach was my mother's yahrzeit. And for that period of time, we went to my son, who was right near Chaim Berlin in Flatbush, for the last days. So I knew I was going to go to Chaim Berlin for Yiska, because it's right there, and there's nothing more beautiful than seeing 50 Kohanim Duchen. It's an amazing, gorgeous davening. And the way Chaim Berlin is, it's like a ches. You know, it's there and then coming out. So I like to try and get right in the middle so I could see how they are. It's beautiful. But when I got to shul, I didn't get there 9 o'clock. I didn't expect to. Of course, it was packed. I did not expect to find a seat. So I was walking around looking for a chair. Now I want to go back a drop and let you know, it was my mother's 18th yahrzeit. She was nifter on the last day of Pesach in the afternoon. I'm in Flatbush. She was in Maimonides, which is to walk could take you close to an hour. I got a phone call in the morning, emergency, which I knew was going to happen any day, that you have to come. She's not going to last the day. I put on my sneakers and I started to run, told my daughters where I'm going, and I knew my husband left for shul already. I have to get him to know. So I started my way on Avenue J straight down to go to Maimonides. As I was going on Avenue J, there was a woman crossing the street who I knew was going to daven in Chaim Berlin. I mentioned to her what's going on. My husband's there and her husband's there. Can you somehow get the message to tell my husband to meet me in the hospital? She said she would do it.
Just a second.
And she did do it. So in the end, my husband showed up there. Going back now, when I went to shul, I looked for the chair and I walked around. Finally, in the best seat in the house, there was an empty seat. I figured the lady got up to go to the ladies' room. So I went over to the chair there and went to each lady on each side. And I said, is this available? One lady just went like this. The other lady, I said, is this available? She pointed I should sit. When I sat down and I looked to the right, I almost plotched. It was that woman who helped me 18 years ago to tell my husband that my mother is dying. It was that exact woman who was there. She looked at me and she went like this. She couldn't talk because it was davening. After it was davening, she said, you by your son? I said, yeah. I said, do you know what today is? It's my mother's yahrzeit. You remember what you did for me that day? All she said to me was, wow. I have to tell you, I felt a warm hug from my mother. I mamish felt like Hashem embraced, and I felt my mother there. It was the most unbelievable feeling I had since she passed away. And I came home and told my family, and they says, wow. I wrote this article for the FJJ and the Jewish Press, this story. And I just want to share it.
That's a phenomenal story. By the way, these are not the only 2 stories that Rochelle has. Tremendous stories. Rochelle survived COVID with Hashem's help, and her daughter-in-law that had a incident. That Baruch Hashem, she has beautiful 9 children, right?
Yeah.
Baruch Hashem. All right, ladies, even though we're only 6, somebody is just called me. They'd like to come on. I'm looking for her. I sent her a new invitation. She couldn't join us before it wasn't connecting before. So I sent her a new invitation now. I'm just waiting for her. Let me see what's
I
going
don't see her on now.
No, I just sent it to her again because she called me. That's why I put myself on mute during your story.
Mm-hmm.
Her name is Susan Bondi from Muncie. And let's see if we can find her.
Well, she's supposed to find us. I mean, she has the link, right?
Yeah, I sent her a brand new link also.
Okay.
Let me just check my email if it's sent out properly. Yeah.
I don't see her coming on.
Yeah.
You have her number to call her?
Yeah, I can try to call her back now.
Try calling her and see if we can get her in.
Okay, fine. Recent.
Interesting. Okay. Okay, go ahead. Anything else?
No, we got a general view of it. You have it written on a resume, I imagine.
I do.
Okay, good. So if anybody hears this information, because a lot of people are going to be reviewing the recording, it's not just us. I mean, there were more people before. There were double the amount before.
Right. I just had trouble getting on.
No,
Okay.
that's okay. Some people already went off.
Okay.
But the people that will look at it, if they see, they have your name, they have your email, and we will share. And there is going to be another Shidduch meeting. What is it again, Tara?
In Av, with L'chaim Shidduch organization, you can be looked up online exactly with as you sound it, that's how you spell it. And then Google will fix it. And it's in the Chodesh Av. There are 3 meetings. And then, between the participants today, there might be another meeting for MDY also.
Okay.
Right. L'chaim always does. They do in Shvat and they do in the 9 days. That's their system.
Yeah. Right. And in between, a lot of people just share,
Oh yeah. Yeah. I told the Tara, I'm on a meeting Monday nights with some Muncie and Passaic ladies in Baltimore.
Okay.
And we're always networking.
Right. And I'm now with this group. When my kids were in the parasha, I was in a lot of groups, but Baruch Hashem, I'm into 3rd generation. I have grandchildren now. Baruch Hashem, I have graduated.
Kinahara.
I have my son and daughter-in-law live in Wesley Hills. Yona, Yona and Chaya Rothman?
No.
Yeah.
No.
Well,
right. Tara was telling me, but yeah, it's like the younger population. I think.
a little bit younger. My son was actually on the school board several years ago. He was one of the frummies on the school board that they were protesting against the Goyim. So after a year of doing that, he said it was awful.
Enough. Yeah, it's
enough. But they needed the Jews on it, to help counter everything. He used to, when he was running for it, he sent me pictures of his name on people's lawns. Vote for Rothman.
Okay, I probably see.
Very cute.
It was cute. It was cute to see.
Right. Okay.
He's now at the dock with my husband.
Oh, nice.
He's there now. They're together.
All right.
Okay, so we appreciate your coming on. You should have Hatzlacha.
Amen.
And it's Hashem. We should all have a good link to go to, and we should find that there'll be wedding invitations coming our way from all this in this chus of the men that are still there now. I see in the picture they're all having a good time there.
They are, yes.
They're having a ball. I mean, I have it
Yeah.
on my phone. You can see what
Yeah.
they're doing. And they're supposed to be surprising Ellie with a video of a lot of men were asked to give them a 42-second or 45-second why they are hooked on and my husband, of course, did his little story. And it's amazing that he's doing that because he never does anything in public. And they took it and they're probably incorporating it in whatever they're doing there. So it should be funny. My son has said he's going to take videos of it, so I hope so. He wanted my phone, but I said, you can't have my phone because he doesn't have a phone. I need my phone tonight. No way you're getting my phone. So he's relying on his son, my son. Okay.
Phenomenal.
Yeah, we're going to say good night.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much.
I appreciate that everybody allowed me to sort of be part of it, to run it a little bit.
You did,
It was my
you did a phenomenal job. Thank you.
Thank you, but it was my Zoom thing from Tupperware that I have. You know, if you noticed in the thing, it said
Yes, it said, right.
Yeah, because I do Zooms with.
Nice to know Tupperware still exists.
Are you kidding? We just had our 76th anniversary in May.
Wow.
I'm doing Tupperware since 1969.
Wow.
You don't need a calculator. It's 50 years. Yeah.
Good for you.
Yeah. I was not a cook when I joined. I was a middle sister. I am a middle sister, the older cook. The other one cooked, the younger one baked, and I was a taster on my way out the door.
You're the critic.
Right. The first year I was married, I did not cook a thing. I had my mother-in-law, my mother send food because they knew my husband would starve. So every night when he came home from yeshiva, I would say, what do you want for dinner? My mother's or yours? Really?
Very cute.
And yet you managed to get married, right?
Yeah.
Even without knowing how to cook. Amazing.
It wasn't on the resume.
No, there was no
There you
resume
go.
in those days, darling.
Right.
Tell me about it.
And not only that, on Shabbos, we went to my parents, and Sunday, my in-laws took us out to a restaurant.
Ooh.
Nice.
We didn't have to worry the first year. It was when I stayed home and I saw I had a kitchen. And I joined Tupperware when my son was 7 months old. He was a great baby, ate, slept, and wet, and that's all he did. And when I moved, I had paid rent in those days, $90, which now if your phone bill's that low, you're thrilled.
Never.
Yeah, it was $90. And then I moved to a brand new apartment. It was brand new building. They just built it. And my rent was $212. I had no furniture. I could catch the dust with a strainer. And I joined Tupperware 10 days after I moved into that apartment. And I stayed there almost 9 years and had 2 more boys. I had 3 boys at the time when I left. But my son was an excellent baby. When he was 18 months old, my second son came and he was colic for 7 months.
Oh.
And he's the one that caused me to really do work in Tupperware because the doctor said, get out more. So I did a lot of Tupperware parties. I did so many, they said, Rochelle, you could become a manager. So my husband said, what does it mean? He says, well, we give you a car and we pay the insurance. I had no car. So my husband said, you're going to become a manager. And I did. And over the years, I've had 24 cars from Tupperware.
Wow.
Woo.
All paid for and everything. And, there's more to the story, but basically it's a fun thing I do.
But you don't still do the live parties, do you?
She does.
We do, yeah.
Oh yeah.
She does nationwide parties.
Yeah, I've been doing Zoom all over the United States because I'm in my kitchen and people live in other places. And like you can give me, you want to do a Tupperware Zoom, I'd give you an ID, just like we're here now, and you give it to all your friends. They watch me in my kitchen do basically a cooking class using Tupperware. And at the end, if they want to buy what I used, it's your party. And whatever sales come through, you get free Tupperware. And that's how we've been doing it for about 2 years now.
Mm-hmm.
It's fun because I've done parties for people I never dreamed I would ever see. Really. Anyway, any other questions? We never got to Yossi's iPhone and this other phone number, 89377. We don't know who that is, do we?
No, but it's okay. They joined us, and I hope we did them well. So, ladies, thank you so much.
Have a
And
wonderful night. Thank you.
And thank you.
we should hear of Simchas.
Giselle, thank you
Amen.
so much. It was a
Amen.
pleasure.
All the best.
Atara,
Take care.
we'll talk on the phone, Atara, okay?
Okay, sure. Okay, bye, everyone. Thank
All right,
you.
good night.